Friends, welcome to Holy Trinity Catholic Church, where we believe, belong, and become. Disciple, discipline, and discernment. Disciple, discipline, and discernment. On this 21st Sunday in Ordinary Time, the readings invite us once again to reflect on the discipleship we have embraced, as to how disciplined are we about it, and how discernment is part of this discipline. The role of discipleship is key in the unfoldment of salvation. We see the universal scope of God and the way God gives us grace, and it comes down to us. We are drawn into the community through God's grace, and we are sent forth from the community to become members, to become the evangelizers, to become the agents of God, good news of God's salvation. But before we get there to the aspect of proclamation, the nature of God's salvation is universal. The vision of a disciple, you and me, all of us, need to be that of a wide-angle lens. The vision needs to be of God. See with the wide-angle lens. And see that God is offering salvation to all. There is inclusivity in this, in the way God offers salvation. But a true disciple, through discipline, makes a choice to enter through the narrow gate. If you and I choose to be a disciple, discipline is an obligation. Let us be conscious, because sometimes when we are disciples, we might fall into the trap of judgment and bias, putting ourselves separated from others as if we are totally disciplined as disciples. Our claim of knowing God is not adequate to enter into God's kingdom, into the banquet hall. The first reading clearly shows this from prophet Isaiah, that God's salvation comes not because anything we have done. It is freely given to us, gratuitously given to us. God's salvation is a gratuitous gift. Our entrance into the banquet hall is a free gift from God, and anyone receiving it freely will be welcomed. So when we gather men and women into the community of the saved, because some others are sent out as agents to draw them, the responsorial psalm gives this profound invitation: go out to all the world and proclaim the good news. To proclaim the good news. Today the command is directed to us, to all of us. Every Eucharistic liturgy ends with this commission: go out and proclaim the good news, to which we respond, thanks be to God. So every time we participate in the Mass, we are being sent forth to proclaim the good news of God's salvation. We're all sent to the people, to all the circumstances of life, where God's saving grace could be felt, experienced, nurtured. This mission of being sent forth as a disciple with discipline needs an open heart. And as disciples, when we are disciplined, we choose to enter through the narrow gate. We proclaim the God we worship in our families, in our workplaces, in our businesses, in the neighborhoods, in the supermarkets, in the grocery stores, in the classrooms, and whatnot. But all of this needs discipline, because all of us are disciples. God gives grace to all of us freely. Do we choose to be disciplined through proper discernment? Unfortunately, many of us may not choose the path of this discipline and feel that we are not fit to be evangelizers. We all have received this gift in our baptism, and at every Eucharist, God keeps sending us forth to draw many more to become disciples. Sometimes we feel that we do not have the necessary theological training and not be assertive enough with the grace that God gives us. All Christians are disciples, called and sent. Called and sent. This is not an option. This is our responsibility as the baptized, as the disciples, to be disciplined in our discernment. And this is what second reading invites us to reflect upon. Letter to the Hebrews shows that the key requirement for evangelization is discipline in the way we live our faith through proper discernment and carry out all of our responsibilities. We are baptized into the very life of Christ. We are called to be witnesses in every circumstance of life through discipline, discipleship and discipline. We must encourage each other in our efforts to be faithful, encourage each other, support each other, to be disciplined in our discipleship. Through our discipline in our discipleship and through proper discernment, we proclaim the good news to all, to draw many more brothers and sisters for Christ. In doing so, we draw others into the community of the baptized as disciples. And for this, we all have received the grace of God every day through every Mass. Discipline, discipleship, discernment. Father Praveen Lakisetti here at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you and God bless.